Time for an interior styling PSA. Welcome back to another extended version of Style Drops. This PSA is long overdue, because a great majority of you prefer to work without a net on interior styling, which is the norm. But the issue here is that many of you have been making design choices that are the interior equivalent of getting a tribal tattoo in 2003. The prolonged styling issues are not specific to a particular generation, even though many love to isolate themselves as the sole repository of all generational knowledge. Oh hell, of all knowledge in general, the trends that looked good for exactly 5 minutes on Instagram are now frankly visually abusive. They're not only tired, they're making your home look like a parody of itself. Consider this your friendly neighborhood design reality check. Time to admit that some things are just beaten to the ground and need to stop. Pampas grass. These are the beige Karen of plants. The plant that says, I saw it on Pinterest and bought 17 stems before realizing I have no idea how to style beige fluffy sticks. These giant feathery plumes take up corners like blonde tumbleweeds that cost $40 each. Here's the thing. Pampas grass in its natural habitat is actually beautiful. But cramming it into your living room corner or on a tabletop, like some kind of oversized feather duster, just screams. I googled boho plants and this was the first result. Plus, it sheds worse than a golden retriever, and collects dust like it's being paid commission. Want something that actually looks intentional? Get a fiddle-leaf fig like everyone else did 5 years ago. Or better yet, find a plant that reflects your actual personality, instead of whatever the algorithm is pushing this week. Next on the list of do not buy. Mirrored furniture. When your living room has an identity crisis, mirrored coffee tables, mirrored nightstands, mirrored everything, is the answer. Unless you're running a 1980s cocaine empire, or your interior designer is from the Studio 54 era, mirrored furniture is not the move. Yes, it makes the space feel bigger. You know what else makes spaces feel bigger? Not cramming them full of furniture that looks like it escaped from a Las Vegas hotel lobby. Mirrored furniture is the design equivalent of wearing head-to-toe sequins. Technically, it catches light and draws attention, but is that really the attention you want? The worst part? It shows every fingerprint, water ring, and speck of dust. You're basically signing up to be a full-time furniture janitor for pieces that look like they belong in a funhouse. Next. Rainbow color-coded books on a shelf. Why has literature become decoration? Nothing says I don't actually read quite like organizing your books by color. Wait. I don't know my books by author or literary subject, but if you tell me the color of the book jacket, I can see if I've read it. Said no one ever. This trend treats books like decorative objects, which is honestly insulting to both books and decoration. Your rainbow bookshelf isn't fooling anyone into thinking you're well-read. It's advertising that you prioritize Instagram aesthetics over intellectual curiosity. Plus, good luck finding anything. Hey, do you have that blue book about, wait, no, it might be green? Just get some actual decorative objects if you want colorful things on your shelves. Oh, and the books backwards on shelves, peak performative nonsense again. Continuing the disrespect for books, can we talk about the trend of placing books backwards so you only see the pages? This is the interior design equivalent of literally, pun intended, wearing beige every single day. The spine of a book is designed to be the identifying feature. Hiding it is like buying a designer handbag and carrying it inside out. What's the point? Are you ashamed of your book titles? Do you only buy books that match your aesthetic? This trend perfectly encapsulates everything wrong with social media design culture. Prioritizing an arbitrary aesthetic over function, logic, or authentic living. Moving on to carpet now. The floor covering that time forgot is wall-to-wall carpeting needs to stay in the 1970s where it belongs. I don't care how cozy it feels. You're basically installing a giant sponge in your home that absorbs every smell, stain, and allergen that comes within a 5-foot radius, and it screams builder grade. Carpet is impossible to truly clean, harbors dust mites and pet dander, and goes out of style faster than you can say shag. It makes everything look dated instantly. Even brand new carpet somehow looks like it's been there since 1987. Hard floors with area rugs give you all the warmth and comfort without the permanent commitment to a floor covering that will trap every cooking smell and pet accident for the next decade. Next up, vessel sinks, form over function gone wrong. Vessel sinks are the design world's way of saying I value aesthetics over ever washing my hands properly. These bowls sitting on counter abominations look sleek in showrooms and terrible in real life. Water splashes everywhere because the faucet is never at the right height. Cleaning around the base is a nightmare. They take up precious counter space. And don't even get me started on trying to brush your teeth without creating a tsunami in your bathroom. They're the interior design equivalent of wearing stilettos to run a marathon. Sure, they look interesting, but they're completely impractical for their intended purpose. Moving on now to the next item on the do not buy list, the Tom Ford coffee table books. These are expensive decoration disguised as culture cosplay. Having a $75 coffee table book about Tom Ford doesn't make you cultured or sophisticated. It makes you someone who spent $75 on a prop. These oversized fashion and design books have become the new "I'm intellectual" status symbol, except everyone knows you bought it for the cover, not the content. One caveat: unless your coffee table books are a vast collection of fashion books. Otherwise, it just looks like you're trying too hard. The Tom Ford book specifically has become such a cliché that it's basically the live, laugh, love sign in consumer consumption. Every influencer has one, every staged home has one, and none of them have actually read it. If you want books on your coffee table, choose ones that actually reflect your interests, not ones that you think signal your taste level to visitors. Next up, theme-based everything. When your home becomes a caricature, farmhouse chic, industrial modern, boho chic, stop building your entire identity around a design theme you found on Pinterest. Your home shouldn't look like a museum exhibit titled, "How Middle-Class Americans Lived in 2024. Themed decorating is what happens when people are afraid to trust their own taste, so they outsource their entire aesthetic to whatever's trending. The result is homes that feel like hotel chains, technically well executed, but completely devoid of personality. Real style comes from mixing things you actually love, not from following a predetermined theme like you're decorating a restaurant chain. Let's continue with light oak everything. The sheer boredom of beige white oak, light oak, bleached oak. Basically any wood that looks like it went to the same salon as every influencer. This trend has become so ubiquitous that entire homes look like they were built inside a single tree. Yes, light wood feels fresh and modern. But when your floors, cabinets, dining table, coffee table, and picture frames are all the same pale oak tone, your home starts looking like a showroom for Scandinavian furniture warehouse. Wood is beautiful because of its variety and character. Limiting yourself to one specific tone in one specific finish is like eating vanilla ice cream for every meal. Technically fine, but where's the personality? Because these same types of aesthetics are repeated over and over again, and are becoming the granddaddy of soulless design trends. The all cream, all white, all grey isn't minimalism, it's color aversion therapy. These monochromatic schemes have become so popular that entire neighborhoods look like they were designed by people who are afraid of chromatically offending anyone. Every surface is some variation of greige, or warm white or soft cream, creating spaces that are technically inoffensive and completely forgettable. Color isn't scary. Your home doesn't have to look like a sensory deprivation chamber to be sophisticated. Adding actual colors, real blues, genuine greens, honest oranges, won't make your home look childish. It'll make it look like actual humans live there. The path forward: here's the thing. All of these trends started as reactions against something else, and they served a purpose for a minute. But when everyone adopts the same unique aesthetic, it stops being unique and starts being uniform. The best designed homes aren't following trends. They're reflecting the actual people who live in them. They include things that bring joy, serve practical functions, and tell authentic stories about their inhabitants. So instead of asking, "Is this on trend?" try asking, "Does this make me happy? And will this work for how I actually live?" Your home should be a reflection of you, not a performance of whatever Pinterest thinks you should be. And please, for the love of all that's holy, let the Pampas grass go. Your corners deserve better.